got somebody in the kitchen with me today. Guess who it is?
Hi, I'm Hope. I'm Phyllis's daughter. I live right down the road. And we're going to bake a strawberry pie today.
We're going to show y'all how we do it, or how she does it. Actually, I don't know how to do it. So she's going to teach me, and hopefully you guys can learn too. Now, I've had a piece of her strawberry pie, and I went down to her house to try to get the whole pie. It was that good. So I was like, can you teach us how to do that? Is it hard? Is it real complicated? She goes, oh, Mom, there's nothing to it.
It's easy.
We'll see if it's easy, right? So we're going to start this, and I hope y'all will join us. Hope is my daughter that went to Alaska with me, and we had a great time. She's the one that lives right down the road from me. Tell them a little bit about yourself, Hope.
Well, I am 50 years old.
Oh, she told her age.
Start off with that.
And that's going to let you know how old I
She
am.
is.
Oh, wait a minute now.
And my husband's name is Trip, and we just live right down the road from Mom and Dad.
Yeah, and they keep us straight. Yeah.
We try to keep them straight.
Yeah, they're really good to us both.
We try
me
to
and
be
Alan.
good neighbors.
Yeah. Alan was going to try to help us do the the pie, but we told him to get on out of the house. So, where'd he go?
He went woodworking in his shop.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to assemble everything, and we're going to get going on this pie.
Hi everybody, my name is Hope. I'm Phyllis's daughter, and we're about to make our strawberry pie. So the first thing that you're going to do is get a pot and turn your eye to about medium. We're going to heat up our eye, and what we're going to do is we have here a 1 1/4 cup of water, 1 1/4 cup of sugar.
Oh, that's easy, Hope, because they're both the same.
Yes. And then we also have 3 tablespoons of cornstarch.
Oh, okay.
We're going to add all this together and get it boiling, and then we're going to turn it down to medium and continue to whisk it until it thickens.
Okay.
Once it thickens, we will add 3 tablespoons of our strawberry jello.
Oh, just the jello in the little pack here?
Yes,
that you...
just the jello in the
Okay.
little pack.
And this is cornstarch?
Yes, the cornstarch.
Okay.
All right, so what we'll start out doing is we'll pour our 1 1/4 cup of water first.
Okay.
And then we will add in our sugar.
Ooh, that's going to make it really good.
I stir this up and let it get warming until I put my cornstarch in, because with your cornstarch, you don't want your cornstarch to get clumpy.
Okay.
And we're going to turn our heat up just a little bit because we want to get it to boiling.
Okay.
So you'll just stir to let the sugar dissolve.
Okay. And does this make 1 pie or 2?
It only makes 1 pie.
Oh, that's a shame.
I haven't...
I can eat a whole one by myself.
Right. I'm sure that you could double it if you wanted to. You could.
Oh, you could double the
could.
recipe.
You could double it and make 2.
Well, next time we really should make
yes.
2.
Yeah, next time.
Or even, you could do 3, I guess, if you had a pot like this.
Yes. So we will
You
let
just
this
keep going with it.
Yeah, we'll let this kind of get to
And you
boil.
just let that go to a boil.
We are.
Okay.
But we're going to add in just a little bit of cornstarch and stir it in, because we, like I say, you don't want that to get too clumpy.
Kind of like gravy.
It's a little bit like gravy.
You don't want it to clump up.
You don't want to pour
Do you
it.
need something other than that little whisk?
No, that's perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect. You just get it going.
Okay.
Just add a little bit at a time.
Your bracelets sure are pretty that
Thank
you've got
you.
on.
Tiny gave me those.
Those are so pretty.
Yep.
We need to get Tiny to come down here.
I know.
Go to her house and get that red velvet cake recipe.
Tiny is the best cook.
Woo, she sure is.
Yes, she is a great cook. So we're just adding in the cornstarch to our water and our sugar.
And that just thickens up our pie, doesn't it?
Yes. It's our filling, and it'll just get it a thick, good filling. Just keep adding in your cornstarch.
Is it hard for you to cook on somebody else's stove, Hope?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I've never had any trouble cooking on anybody else's stove.
No.
I just turn it full on full high. Or
Yeah.
super low,
Just get it
I
going.
never have had any trouble doing that. All right, so you just get it up to a boil.
And it looks as if our cornstarch is not clumpy. It looks like we're okay.
Okay. Now, how soon can we eat this pie?
I like to put it in the refrigerator and let it set for about 4 hours because that makes
we can't wait 4 hours.
You have to let it set.
Oh, that's the only bad part about the pie.
Right, is the waiting.
Waiting. You got to chill it and eat it
well,
cold.
if you think about it, though, you're basically making jello, so you have to let your jello.
And it's a cold pie.
It is.
That you would love when you're hot in the summer.
Yeah, you have to let it set for a
Yeah,
little bit.
and I love a cold dessert. Nothing better, really.
Okay, we're starting to see some bubbles.
All right, let's look in there.
So once you start to see your bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
And you are boiling, we're going to turn it down to about medium heat.
Okay, medium heat.
Put it on medium heat.
Yeah.
Keep stirring.
Well, you know, that's going to give my arms a good workout.
And you just want it to kind of thicken up a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, and you can kind of tell if it's getting thick.
Yes. So you just want to let this go for just another few minutes.
Yeah. Do you need to turn on the vent to let the heat out? Or are you okay?
I'm good right now. So you're just going to
Well, how long do you have to get it? How long does it take, you think, to get?
A few minutes. Probably
just a few minutes?
2 to 3 minutes. You just kind of let it.
You got to make sure it's thick.
Yeah, you just kind of whisk it and let it thicken up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you what, this is one good pie. That day I ate that piece of that pie, I thought, Lordy mercy. And I love your pretty shirt in honor of the strawberries.
Yes.
I just think that's amazing.
Thank you.
That you wore a pretty red color.
Thank you. So this is starting to thicken up just a little bit.
Well, while that's thickening up, I'm going to tell them what you did with your pie crust.
Yes, go ahead.
Now, we had a bought pie crust in the freezer, and it's so blooming hot outside today, we just thought we'd use this out of the freezer. Now, Hope did take it, and she poked some little holes in the bottom of it, made a real pretty design on the bottom of it. Looks like little flowers. Anyway, that helps for your crust not to bubble up. You can take a piece of wax paper, or not wax paper, but parchment paper, and put in the bottom and put you some dried beans in there to keep it down while you've got it in the oven baking at the recommended time on the back of the wrapper of the pie shell. We've already done this and got it ready. You know, the shorter the 4-hour time period for it to refrigerate is the best.
So if you come over here and look, you can tell it's thickening up a little bit. You can kind of tell by
it's really creamy looking.
It's creamy and it's a little shinier looking.
Yeah, I can tell it's getting thicker.
Thickening up in a little bit. So now we're going to add in our jello.
And that was 3 tablespoons. Now, guys, I'm going to put this in the description box. So don't worry about trying to write everything down. Just keep watching how beautiful this is getting. Woo, wait, look at that in your shirt. Oh, my gosh. I should have wore red today, too, Hobie, in honor of our strawberry pie.
Yes.
It's so much fun in the summer to get those strawberries. And they're just so enjoyable.
So now you can turn off your heat.
Turn the heat off, okay. Do you need a little pot holder to sit this pan over or anything?
I'll grab that. So you just kind of want to meld all this together.
Okay, just let it blend up.
Blend up a little bit.
It's already smelling good.
Yes, it smells great. And just blend, 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 blend. And then we're going to set it off to cool.
All right.
Because now your mixture is made.
Okay. Now while that's cooling, we're going to make sure that we have washed our strawberries, which I did earlier today. And you can leave them whole. You can quarter them. I would not leave them whole. You don't want somebody choking on one old strawberry.
You could leave some whole and set in the center of the pie to make it decorative. That might be pretty.
Okay.
You could leave some whole for the center.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then these I sliced. These I just washed them very good and sliced them. So now we're going to wait for that to cool off just a little before we do our next step. Okay, guys, we're just still waiting for that delicious gel to kind of just
cool off
a little bit. But this is the girl that can verify what happened down the stairwell behind us. So we were sitting at the table one night, and
it's been years ago
Years ago.
I was a teenager, I think.
I think you were. I think you had been out and come in that night, and we were sitting there eating a piece of pie.
Yes, and it was just me and Mom. I think Daddy was working the night shift.
He was working.
Candace and Holly were gone somewhere, and it was just me and Mom. We were sitting across the table from each other.
Candace and Holly are my other two
Children.
daughters.
Yes.
That's my husband squeaking our door at me. That squeaky sound, it needs some oil.
So we were sitting across from each other, and we were just talking, and all of a sudden we heard something upstairs above us, and we didn't know what it was. And then we heard really loud, heavy footsteps coming down this stairway right here behind us. And when the sound got to the bottom, to the landing, it stopped. And
we were rolling. We were rolling.
I jumped up and grabbed a hold of Mother on the back and was clawing her, trying to get out of the house. And we ran.
We ran.
We never saw anything.
We didn't. And we never have figured that out.
No, we've not. No, we don't know what that was. It was very,
very unbelievable.
Scary.
Loud. How loud? It wasn't
It was very heavy footsteps. Like it was.
Nobody would wear those kind of heavy shoes today. No. Not today.
No. It couldn't have been anything else but footsteps.
That's all it was, because it was just
so loud.
Going down.
Yes.
Tell them about the sweet and low.
Oh, and one day we were all. The whole family was here.
The whole family was here.
And Mom was at the stove. She was cooking, and we were talking. And I was sitting about where I am right now. And behind us, above the dishwasher, Mom had, it was like a little, it was plastic.
Uh-huh.
A plastic cup that had a lot of sweet and low sitting in it.
We were eating a lot of sweet and low back then.
And so we were just talking, and I had turned around to look at Mom because she was over here cooking, and all of a sudden the jar of sweet and low flew off the counter towards me and hit the ground.
And the sweet and low went everywhere.
But nobody was around.
Nothing. It just somebody just pushed it off.
She pushed it off the counter. And then one time I just thought about this as we were talking about the sweet and low. One time Mom was at the stove cooking, and she has some pot holders that would hang on hooks, which it's not there now, but
it was a
lower rack. And she had a lot of pot holders that were hanging, and she was over there cooking. I was sitting here at the table, and we were talking, and as we're talking, I look over there, and one of the pot holders, only one, the other ones were still, but one was just swaying back and forth. Like somebody was touching it.
Tapping it.
And I said, Mom, look at the pot holder. And it was really strange.
Yeah, to say the least.
To say the least. But it happens when you and I are together.
I don't understand.
I don't either. Let's hope nothing happens today.
Well, Dad's here.
Daddy's here.
So if Dad's here, he's here to protect us. So.
But a lot of times things happen when it's just me and you here.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That is true. That has happened. What about that night that you were telling your boyfriend the ghost stories out on the porch?
Oh.
Tell that funny story.
I was in high school.
It's not really that funny.
It's not funny, but I was in high school, and I had a friend over, and we were outside on the front porch talking about the ghosts.
And it was dark outside.
And it was sunset. It was about to get dark.
Yeah.
And as we're talking,
I gotta get my coffee. I'm having a coffee.
Go ahead.
I got it right here, and I'm gonna grab it while we're talking. And guys, if y'all want a coffee, get you one.
And so as we were outside talking about the ghosts, the front porch lights started flickering, like someone was hitting the switch, going on and off. And I said, Mom, who is in the house? And she said, nobody's in the house. And my friend got up and left and was gone.
Yes.
Yes, it was odd. It was really odd.
It was really strange.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, okay.
Yes.
It was, and that was the only light that was flickering.
Yes, nothing else in the house was. We went inside to check the lights inside. Nothing else was flickering.
That was it. It was.
I guess they didn't like us talking about them, so.
They didn't want us to talk about them. You're right. No. So they were gonna shut us down out there in the dark.
Right.
Just put us in the complete darkness. But we've had some unusual things happening here.
We have. But it's not ever been anything frightening.
Or
It's
harmful in
no,
any way.
nothing frightening, nothing harmful. Just things that we see.
Yes,
But
Hope,
nothing,
that's right.
nothing scary.
We do live in an old log cabin. We traced the house back at the courthouse in our county. We went to the courthouse and they traced it back to 1848. This log cabin was actually on the deed up there in 1848, but they told us they did not know how much further back from 1848 that this log cabin had been built and was how long it had been here. So we go by that date because that's the first recorded date that we could find about the log cabin. We redid this house in 1986.
85.
85-ish in
And then
there.
we moved in 1986.
Yeah.
So it was about 85.
Yeah, about 1985. So we totally, gutted the house and totally redid it. The log cabin part was probably in the worst shape, but the sturdiest.
Yes.
The Hazelwoods, the ancestors had it, and they had added on to the log cabin to the north. And I think they had added on to it in 1921. So we had a lot to repair. My husband was a carpenter, and he worked full-time job. And then when he got off, he would come out here and remodel the house. So that's just a little history and little stories about our house. And I am going to give y'all a tour of the house and tell you about it and show it to you inside and out and show you all the things.
That'd be good.
Yeah, that Alan has built. And we'll show you this old homestead and how long it's been in the family. And there's not many log cabins left in the United States. Not many were built, and the ones that were built have either,
fallen into disrepair or
yes, haven't been
torn
restored.
down. Right.
Floods, tornadoes, fires, those kind of things have probably destroyed a lot of them that were here. Or like you say, they just, vanished basically.
Yes.
Over time. Now, our logs in our house are tulip poplar logs. There's one log under our house that goes from room to the other room. That's how long, Alan?
42 feet.
42 feet in length, one log that was cut down and put to build the house underneath it. So it's very interesting to look back on history because we get so busy with the day-to-day we forget about our old history. So I encourage you to think about where you're living and kind of investigate your history there. All right, what do you think? You think it's cooled off yet?
I think we're ready.
Okay.
We're going to go continue with the pie.
All right.
All right, we are ready. Our gelatin and everything has cooled down enough where we can place it into our pie crust. So what you're going to do is your pie crust is cooled and the gelatin is cooled. So you're going to take your strawberries.
Okay.
And just spread them out in your pie crust.
Now, I will say, Hope said she's teaching me how to do this, She said it'd be a better idea to cut them up in little bite-sized pieces.
Like maybe halves or fourths.
Halves or fourths instead of the slices because I did have some pretty big chunky slices.
And when you take a bite of pie, you want it to be...
Yeah, you don't want somebody to strangle.
So, we're going to lay that out.
Oh, that already looks pretty, doesn't it?
And then we take our mixture and we
and how cool would you say that is, Hope?
I'd say we waited about 15 minutes.
Oh, okay, about 15 minutes.
Basically, you're just wanting it to cool down a little bit.
Okay, because you don't want to wilt your berries.
No, and you just let it
Isn't
cool a
that
little bit.
pretty?
And now it's still going to be warm.
Okay.
But we're going to place it in the refrigerator for up to 4 hours it should be set.
Okay.
And so it's almost, you're setting the jello basically.
Well, 4 hours is just too long to wait for it.
It is.
But we can do it.
We can do it.
We're strong.
We are strong.
We can make it.
Depending on how many strawberries you put in there, you may not use all your gelatin.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Do you think that's enough?
I do. I think it looks amazing.
Because I'm afraid if we add more, it might overflow.
Yeah, we
so
don't
you're gonna
want
have. Sometimes you might have that much left.
Oh, that's not much.
No. And yeah.
Man, doesn't that look pretty?
And if you wanted to, you
Yeah.
can add a couple of, just solid strawberries. You could put them on the
they're
top for
cute.
decoration.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Yeah.
And then once you're going to put this in the refrigerator for about 4 hours.
Okay.
When you take your pie out, if you are having dinner, having a party, and you want to garnish it, you could use some Cool Whip or whipped cream.
Oh, you could garnish it even more than it already is.
Yes, you could just cut your slices, and when you serve, you could use Cool Whip or whipped cream.
Oh, well, that would fancy
to make
it
it
up.
pretty.
That would, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Or just serve it plain, or with ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a beautiful pie, and if you have a party and you need to take something, this is a beautiful pie to take.
It is a beautiful pie, for sure. I really think it's beautiful. Now, do you transport it to your refrigerator,
Yes.
Hope? Is it hard to transport, or do you put it on a cookie sheet or anything to get it to your fridge?
I just take it.
You just take it? Are you taking it to your house, or are you leaving it with me?
Just carefully, I'm going to leave it here with you.
All right, let me see if we can get a place in our fridge. So, guys, remember now, this is our Sweet Summer Series. So you want to make a cold dessert for the Sweet Summer Series.
And this is a great cold dessert.
Yeah, and so it just slides right in
Yeah.
there. And we'll see you in 4 hours. Maybe we can wait. Maybe. Oh, we've even got tea made. Look at me. Look at there. I thought I'd give you guys a tour of my house so you can see my fridge. You think I like pickles? I love them. I'm always on an extra pickle kick. All right. I hate to leave it in there, but look at there at the Pepto-Bismol.
All right, the pie is in the fridge, and we're going to wait 4 hours. I enjoyed visiting with y'all today and being with my sweet mama.
Oh, I enjoyed being with my sweet daughter.
Yeah, so Hazelwood Homestead, like and subscribe. We love y'all. We wish y'all the best day.
We sure do. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.